Hi guys. I wanted to say thank you so much for all the support and the feedback on the last video. It really meant so much to me. And a lot of you guys were like, react to more Fleek. And yes, I'm gonna react to more Fleek. I love his videos. I think even if you guys didn't say it, I was going to anyways. And I saw this one about Dark Souls 3, and I've been playing this recently. I've been going through Souls games. I'm very addicted. And I needed to know, like, are us women really this mean? Probably.
Dark Souls 3 is like a woman. It's irrational, crazy, and anytime something goes wrong, it's not their fault, it's your fault.
He's not wrong. I feel like a lot of us women are like that, especially when we get a bit emotional.
Irrational, crazy, and anytime something goes wrong, it's not their fault, it's your fault. All the enemies taking out your entire health bar with one shot to compensate for a lack of unique moves. Get good. You don't want enemies clipping through the floor into the abyss? Get good. Final boss, the worst boss in the game? Get good. And
wait, I don't know. Does he actually? I wonder if he actually feels like Soul of Cinder is a bad boss, or if it's just more of a joke. Let me know if I'm just like misunderstanding. But I loved Soul of Cinder. I loved that fight. I love the whole like lore. Would it be a lore device? I guess I'm trying to say that it's all the quote unquote players that have come before you to link the fire, and then it's Gwyn, and then you hear the song, and I got so emotional when that happened because I was not expecting it at all. It was I think I died because I was just so like taken aback. I could not focus. I was like, nah, I gotta start over. Hold on. You can't just do the plin plan and expect me to be okay.
yet still in a fit of anger at 2 a.m. after 90 minutes of putting up with its bullshit. When you try to walk away from it, you can't. It's in our nature to love Dark Souls. Yep. Unless you're gay.
Wait. Oh my god.
Dark Souls is a special type of voluntary torture only matched by people who watch golf. Unironically, it's a lethal injection.
How do people watch golf? Do any of you guys watch golf? Because no, it's so boring. Even tennis. I remember going to a tennis game once. I was so bored. Like, I guess if you love the sport, it's like entertaining for you. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Torture only matched by people who watch golf. Unironically, it's a lethal injection of something the human mind wasn't built to understand. I'm supposed to be serving in the great dirt mound turf war of 3000 BC, throwing swings with clubs and dying at 16, and instead I'm here trying to fight two massive fucking demons that can attack through each other for 2 goddamn hours. Oh, and look, this one can fly above the fucking camera. This game is pure distilled cortisol, and in many ways, it's what I consider the Antichrist to my dearly betrothed Prototype. Despite both being 9 parts gameplay and a dash of story, Prototype had a relieving, soothing, and comforting gameplay loop that was better than charging the Super Soaker. Dark Souls feels like charging into a fiery building for $60 and then revisiting it every once in a while when you need to remember what it's like to feel that. This game will drive—
Stop. That's so true. Because I'm gonna replay it soon, probably in my own time. Just to feel that I got that itch. I need to feel something again, and Dark Souls makes me feel things. It makes me feel everything. I feel alive when I play Dark Souls.
Revisiting it every once in a while when you need to remember what it's like to feel that. This game will drive you to drink because of its non-stop, relentless nagging. Ooh, you were auto-locked to the next target. We made you dodge off the fucking cliff. Ooh, we should go meet with my friends on Friday. You never do anything for me. Ooh, you got one shot, and one shot, and one shot. This game will get you so twisted up that you'll, hypothetically, fall into a painting and start getting your cheeks clapped so hard that seismologists mistake the readings for earthquakes. Then spend the next 2 hours trying to persevere through these crackhead demons, getting fucked by nature so hard I thought I'm playing Baldur's Gate. But the whole time I'm sticking with it, assuming this is just what they call the Dark Souls. Only to then be told, that's a level 80 area, you're level 40, you fucking half-melt Sunday. But now can I tell you something else? What Dark Souls teaches you above all is how to turn shit into shoe shine. And so instead of fighting all these enemies that were pushing my shit in, I instead let them push themselves right off a cliff so that I could collect that life insurance check like a gold digger in South Beach, netting me.
Yes. I just had to say I love pushing things off the map. It's so like, yes, thank you for making my life 10 times easier. Give me those souls. Thank you for the levels. Thank you. I love it.
So that I could collect that life insurance check like a gold digger in South Beach, netting me 20 easy levels.
Oh, wait, too. Frick those birds. Oh my god, they hurt, man. Maybe it was under level.
Now let's get balls deep into making you Dark Souls deck riders angry. This is gonna be the weirdest recommendation you've ever heard. Dark Souls is not a fun game. It's a rewarding game. It's the difference between surviving a water park and surviving the set of Saw. You're a moron if you didn't survive one.
I'm sorry if I'm pausing too much. I have so many thoughts. I think he's kind of right with this, that it's more fulfilling than fun, but I think it is also fun. But maybe that's just because I'm a masochist. Maybe we all are a little bit that enjoy these kind of games. But it is fulfilling because when you finally beat that boss, it just feels like, oh, I did it. I did this difficult task or difficult goal. You want to call it something like that. And I overcame it. And that's freaking awesome.
Surviving a water park and surviving the set of Saw. You're a moron if you didn't survive one. You're a statistic if you don't survive the other. You're also a little bitch. You move slow, you hit slow, and you die quick. Dodging is king, blocking is queen, and parrying is the side piece on the other side of town. And of course, backstabbing is the god
Pufferfish
of all else. The hitboxes
so,
are tighter than my busted nuns. And with only a few moves, you're constantly placed at the feet of Goliath as you hear a distant, good luck! So the first thing you do is die repeatedly and watch as the game gives you the cold shoulder, really letting you simmer in your own confusion. You know something's wrong, but anytime you ask it, you don't get a real response. And then you think you got it, but you don't. The best you can get is floor markers, but this is the advice of broken.
I love the Dark Souls messages so much. They're either helpful or they're trolling you, or it's this try finger butthole, where I think one I saw on DS2 was like taking from back, I think, because I was in that area where there was those carriages that were moving because there's basilisk in them, but I didn't know, and it's like, what is going on in Dark Souls? But I love the Dark Souls community so much. They're very wholesome and sweet. There's some that are, some people are like, no, you suck. You can't do this. If you beat the boss this way, then you're not a real Dark Souls player. You didn't really beat the boss. Just let people play how they want to play. You don't need to, bring in your own little ego into everything. Calm down, bud.
But you don't. The best you can get is floor markers, but this is the advice of broken men. No, what you have to do is study the game and read its fucking mind so that you can calculate exactly what the problem is, then overcome it. Now do that 5 more times for every other move in the moveset, and it never ends until the game ends. Try going online and asking for help, and you'll be met with a collective Git Gud. And now what they mean by this is that you should go find the 20 wiki windows, 10 videos, and 2 spreadsheets that they have papered across their walls, and maps out the perfect strategy to maximize DPS, HP, UPS, FedEx, and fucking Digimon so that they can one-shot every boss. And listen, I'm all for it. I'll get good with the single most brain-rotted build you've ever seen. Bitch, did I just catch you trying to use magic? Are you trying to read the wiki for meta build? Motherfucker, you know how to use the LT attack? One thing you need to understand about me and my way of playing Dark Souls is that I do it my way. Yeah, that makes sense. People are trying to tell me, oh, use the fabulous Knight of Wonderland's Black Penetrator's Hard for the max DPS perk. Shut the fuck up! My build is called the Triple T build. Target the taint, then run like hell. Read it and weep, pimps. This mirror image is like 3 Vietnams for Dark Souls fanatics. But if it makes you guys feel any better, at least I started this run by choosing the deprived class instead of being a little bitch.
You started deprived? He's insane. I'm a little... Is he gonna say a little bitch? Because I heard a little bit... I don't think I started on Warden. I think I started on... Oh, God, I forgot the class. I don't know if it was Warrior. I'm forgetting what it was. It's been so long. It's so long now. I forgot.
Any better? At least I
Oh, I started on warrior. Yeah, I started on warrior.
Started this run by choosing the deprived class instead of being a little bitch and choosing warden. And why, Fleek? Why, I hear you plead? I didn't want the game to ruin perfection. And now you may be also asking, Fleek, how does one play such an advanced build? And to that I respond, Pimp, once you start this path, there is no going back. It means total commitment. Once you begin the path, there is no leaving the path. Are you ready for that? I mean, really ready for that? Don't say anything because I will disown you if you say no. Now here's the secret formula. Hold RT.
Bunga, 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 bunga. Yeah!
It's a way of living. See a boss that you could one-shot if you ran around him? Take him head on, and if your sword isn't reaching the enemy because the game doesn't want you to be fighting him this way, get out a bigger sword that can.
Stop! That was me with King of the Skies. I couldn't hit him, so I think I just used. I was using the profaned, and I was like, "Bro, my sword's too short, man. I need a longer sword." I think I did try a longer sword at some point, but that's so true. You just pull out a longer blade, easy. Just get longer.
See a horde of enemies? See the stamina bar? The Unga Bunga Boogaloo Triple T Deluxe build is all about being too dumb to quit. The only change in
Stop! I feel like he's calling me out, so I play. I'm just like, yes, level up strength. More strength, more gooder, and I Unga Bunga schmack. That's how I play Dark Souls. Stop. Oh, this is too. Listen, sir, I'm gonna need you to stop calling me out. I know I'm not smart enough to use magic builds. I don't use magic. I press R1 or R2. That's it. That's all I do. Like, I think my chat had to remind me, like, you have like an LT skill, right? And I'm like, what? I do.
Unga Boogaloo Triple T Deluxe build is all about being too dumb to quit. The only change in our strategy is the length and or the quantity of big weapons that we bring to battle.
Yeah.
Other than that, get the chloroform ring so that you can microdose
Best
meth to
ring.
regen stamina faster. And as for the armor, become rotund. Now I'm gonna give you a second to cool off by talking about the story. People always go on about how awesome the Dark Souls lore is if you read all the wikis and chiseled tablets and talk to all the NPCs, and so I took a brief look at
Grandma, what the frick? Fleek, why did you kill Grandma? What the frick? I liked Grandma, even though her prices are way too expensive for what she's selling, in my opinion.
Lore is if you read all the wikis and chiseled tablets and talk to all the NPCs, and so I took a brief look at it, and this is what I can surmise.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Did you really think I can read? Now getting back to making the Dark Souls fans angry, most of these bosses ain't shit. The enemies with branding irons that shrink your health bar if you violate the restraining order are more challenging to fight than most of these bosses. Once you learn the whack-ass timing of their swings where they go all like, you see that most of them have pretty simple movesets that largely rely on doing high damage rather than being highly aggressive or highly extravagant, including the final boss. I was expecting some grand spectacle, some big old demon monster with some crazy drop the sun on you twice, 3 AKs, and an ice katana, 6 arms looking goofy goober, but instead, I just got a dude. Okay. Now, with all that being said, my hairline receded 12 inches because of these two bosses alone, and both of them were completely optional. It's like all the pain that was left off the table in the basic bitch base game bosses was all reallocated into making these two a living hell. And no, it's not a coincidence that both of them can fucking fly above your camera, but I'm getting ahead of myself. The name...
He's not wrong. Like, I feel like Gundyr, Nameless King, they were like, for me, those have been the hardest bosses in Dark Souls 3 for me. Even Soul of Cinder wasn't that bad. Dancer, I don't think was that bad. Really fun though. Those fights are so fun. Like, I love all the fights. But I think Nameless King took me the longest. He beat my ass. Like, it's mostly the delays. Do any of you guys also struggle with delayed attacks? Because I don't know what it is. They throw me off so much. I mean, they're there to throw you off, but it takes me like so long to be like, it's delayed. And I'm thinking of other moves from other bosses because there's so many Souls games I've played now. And I think especially playing Elden Ring first. I feel like I should have played Dark Souls first, but I started with Elden Ring, and it's like I can see all the moves where I'm like, I know this move set. Like Pontiff, they gave that to Consort Radon. I was like, hold on, this is familiar. But I think some people get mad about them reusing move sets or assets, but if they didn't, in my opinion, the games would take way longer for them to come out. And I think it's totally fine. We're gonna take this move from this character, put it into Elden Ring. I think it's fine. They still change it up and add a lot of new other moves, so I don't see the issue. And I feel like it's also, I guess, in a way, like a nice callback to the other Souls games. It's nice. I like it personally.
That both of them can fucking fly above your camera. But I'm getting ahead of myself. The Nameless King has two phases, the dragon phase and the no dragon phase, but both phases features him dragging his nuts across your face. Fighting this man for 2 hours is like 2 hours of edging testicle torsion. I thought it would get better once I killed the dragon that can drop the sun on you, but then the second phase is just, what is he doing over there polishing his blade? Then the other boss is a separate case of 2-hour torsion, except this time the first phase is, I mean, it ain't shit. But then the second phase is all directly
I see the
balls.
The longer I go without playing Dark Souls, the more I want to play the first two games in search of that feeling that we once shared. Also, I hear they have incredible, massive, absolutely beautiful chests in Dark Souls 1.
Yep.
You know what? I'm buying it. I'm doing it. Anyways, I would say that you should play Dark Souls 3, but I'm pretty sure it's against YouTube toss to threaten someone like that. Besides, I want you to preserve that beautiful, pure mind of yours, because after playing this, I'm not sure I have much sanity left.
Let's go on to the pizza.
Same.
Let's go. We're going down to the pizza party.
Same,
Let's go on to the pizza joint. Let's go to the fucking pizza joint. Let's go on to the fucking pizza joint. Look at the game.
So goofy. That was so good though. Oh my god. I think it does monetize your pain like a woman. I think he's right. But it's so fulfilling. And if you have a wife or a girlfriend, they might put you through some emotional turmoil here and there. But at the end of the day, it's fulfilling, right? Right?